welcome or hopefully welcome back to my channel, Rad Roots Yoga. My name is Brittni and I will be your facilitator for your practice today. Today's practice is all about alignment, head to toe, top to bottom, side to side, left to right. We're gonna get started in a child's pose. Knees are wide towards the edges of our mat. Big toes are together. We're sinking and sending the hips back towards the heels, lowering the heart towards the mat, reaching long through the arms, eventually letting the forehead rest on the mat. Taking a few cycles of breath here on our own, taking the time to tune inwards and close out everything else that we have going on. Taking this short period of time out of the day for ourselves. Maybe you find a gentle roll of the head back and forth, massaging out the forehead. We're going to turn our thumbs up towards the sky, and we're going to clench our fists and then let it out. And then clench and release, clench. A few more times here on your own. We're going to slide the palms of our hands under our shoulders and lift up to all fours. Wrists are beneath the shoulders, knees are beneath the hips. We're going to drop the belly, opening up the heart, lifting the gaze and the tailbone. And exhale, curling in, starting with the tailbone. Tucking the chin into the chest, pressing the heart into the back. A couple more times, inhale, opening up. Exhale, curling in. Last time, inhale, opening up. Exhale, pressing the heart into the space in the back body. We're coming back to a neutral spine. We're going to extend the right arm out in front of us, and then we're going to extend the left leg. So opposite side, creating this straight line down the back body. And then we're lowering the right hand and the left knee, lifting the left arm, lifting the right knee. And lowering it back down. We're going to do it a couple more times on each side, lifting the right arm and left leg. Flexing the glutes, reaching long through the fingertips. Lowering back down, left arm and right leg extend. Lower back down one more time on each side, right arm, left leg. And lower, left arm, right leg. And lower. Tuck onto the toes, press the hips up and back into our first downward facing dog. Find a gentle sway of the hips, pedal out the feet, whatever feels nice. On your next inhale, we're walking our feet to the top of our mat, one at a time. Taking our time, getting there, getting a good stretch down the backside body. Then we meet in Uttanasana. Forward fold, clasp onto opposite elbows. Find a gentle sway back and forth. Maybe a gentle bounce. Hands to shins, half lift and lengthen. Exhale, curling in and rolling up the back body, one vertebrae at a time. Palms and gaze meet. Palms are facing on your exhale. We're sending the hips down and back into our chair pose. Core is engaged. Slightly tucking the tailbone under, flexing through the glutes. Pulling the thumbs into the space behind you. Exhale, dive the heart forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands. We're gonna hop back, landing in chaturanga. Arms are bent, elbows pulled into the rib cage, landing light on the toes. Inhale the heart up and through. Exhale, roll over the toes. Send the hips up and back. Downward facing. We're gonna do 2 more sun salutations just like that. Inhale, we're stepping the feet to the top of the mat. 1 foot at a time. Taking advantage of the nice stretch. Meeting in Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Slowly rolling up the back body. Palms and gaze meet overhead. Reach up and out of the waist. Palms are facing. Exhale, send the hips down and back. Chair pose. Opening up the heart towards the front of our mat. Exhale, dive the heart forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, hop back, landing in chaturanga. Inhale the heart up and through. Exhale, roll over the toes and the hips up and back. Downward facing. 1 more sun salutation, just like that before we start the first sequence of our practice. Inhale, walking the feet to the top. Meeting in our forward fold. Inhale, half lift, hands to shins. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Palms and gaze meet. Reach up and out of the waist. Exhale, send the hips down and back. Chair pose. Keeping the core engaged, tailbone slightly tucked under. Pulling the thumbs back. Exhale, dive the heart forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Hop back, landing in chaturanga, light on the toes, arms bent. Inhale the heart up and through. Exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing. Let's have 1 full cycle of breath here together, in through the nose. And exhale, letting it go through the mouth. And here we're starting our first sequence. Inhaling the right toes up. Exhale, upper body shifts forward, bring your right knee to the right elbow. Shift the right knee from the right elbow to the left elbow. Shift it back to the right elbow. And then send the right toes back up towards the sky. Exhale. Shifting the upper body forward, bringing the right knee to nose. And then we're twisting to the inside of the left foot, left fingertips come up towards the sky. So the right knee is pulled into the chest. We're going to slowly start to bend into the left knee, crossing the right leg over the left. Maybe get the double bind of the ankle. Maybe not. Either way is fine. And the left hand is reaching long towards the top of our mat as the hips go towards the heels. Inhale to unravel, replanting left hand, bringing the right knee back to the nose. and sending the right toes back up towards the sky in our 3-leg down. Bend into the right knee. We're drawing a big circle, opening up the hip. And then we're dropping the right toes off the mat behind us, lowering the hips down, moving into wild thing, lifting the hips and the heart up towards the sky. Gaze is under the right armpit. From here, we're going to pull the right knee back up and into the chest. And then we're lowering the right knee to the mat. Right fingertips are reaching long towards the top of our mat. Then we're lifting the left toes. We've been here before, so we're creating this long line down the backside body. From here, we are pressing into all fingertips, finger pads, and every part of the palm of the hand in the left hand. We're pressing in to the right toes that are tucked, and we're gonna gently lift the right knee from the mat. Maybe you're a little bit wobbly, that's okay. We're lowering the right knee back to the mat, replanting the right hand, replanting the left knee, send the hips back towards the heels, child's pose. Inhaling up onto all fours, tuck onto the toes, press the hips up and back, downward facing. And then we'll do that same sequence on the left side. When you're ready, we're inhaling the left toes up. Exhale, upper body shifts forward, left knee, left elbow. Shift the left knee to the right elbow. Shift it back to the left. Send the left toes up. Exhale, bring the left knee to nose. We're twisting to the inside of the right foot. Right fingertips come up towards the sky. Left knee is pulled into the chest. On your exhale, we're slowly bending into the right knee as the left leg crosses over, sending the hips towards the heels. Right arm is extended towards the top of our mat. Inhale to unravel, replanting the right palm, left knee to nose. Left toes, and then left toes up towards the sky. Bend into the left knee. Draw a big circle, opening up the hip. We're dropping the left toes off the mat behind us, lowering the hips. And then we're finding our wild thing, lifting the heart and hips up towards the sky. From here, it's that funky transition. So we're drawing the left knee back up towards the chest. And then we're slowly and gently delivering it to the mat as the left arm comes forward. Extend the right leg long behind you. And here we're pressing in to all the pads in the right palm, pressing into the left toes, and maybe you lift the left knee from the mat. We're lowering back down. Replant the left hand, replant the right knee, send the hips back. Child's pose. Inhale to all fours, tuck onto the toes, press the hips up and back. Downward facing. Inhale, come up onto the toes, bend into the knees, sending the hips towards the heels and the heart towards the thighs. You can hop, step, or handstand your way to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, half lift. Exhale, forward fold, curling in and rolling up, root your eyes. Palms and gaze meet. Exhale, send the hips down and back. Chair pose. Exhale, dive the heart forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, hop back, landing in chaturanga. Inhale the heart up and through. Exhale, downward facing. All right, we're gonna do that sequence again, but we will add on. When you're ready, inhale the right toes up. Exhale, upper body shifts forward, right knee, right elbow. Shift the right knee to the left elbow. Shift it back to the right, and then send the right toes back up towards the sky. Exhale, right knee to nose. We're shifting to the inside of the left foot, left fingertips come up towards the sky. Right knee is pulled in to the chest. Slowly start to bend into the left knee as you cross the right over and send the hips towards the heels. Left arm is reaching towards the top of our mat. Inhale to unravel, replanting left hand, bringing the right knee to nose. Send the right toes up towards the sky, 3-leg down. Bend into the right knee. Draw a big circle. And then draw the right toes off behind you, lowering the hips down. And then opening up into our wild thing. Slow transition here. Draw the right knee up and into the chest. Slowly lowering it to the mat, replanting. Right arm is reaching forward, lifting the left toes from the mat, creating a straight line, pressing into all finger pads of the left palm and the right toes. Maybe you slightly lift the right knee from the mat. Lower back down. Here we're adding on. We are going to extend the left leg out to the side as the right arm extends off the right side of our mat. Inhaling back to center. Replant the right hand and left knee. Send the hips towards the heels. Child's pose. Inhale to tabletop. Tuck onto the toes. Press the hips up and back. Downward facing. That sequence, left side, inhaling left toes up. Exhale, upper body shifts forward, left knee, left elbow. Left knee, right elbow. Left knee, left elbow. Send the left toes up. 3-leg down. Exhale, left knee to nose. Turning to the inside of the right foot. Right fingertips come up to the sky. Left knee is pulled into the chest. We're gonna slowly start to bend into the right knee as the left leg crosses over. We're sending the hips towards the heels. Right arm is stretching up and over. Inhale to unravel, replanting the right hand to the mat. Left knees to the nose. Send the left toes up. Bend into the left knee. Draw a big circle. Dropping left toes off behind us, lowering the hips and then opening up to our wild thing, pressing the hips and heart open towards the sky. Slow transition, drawing left knee up and into the chest, slowly lowering the knee to the mat as left fingertips reach long. Extend the left leg long behind you. Press into all finger pads in the right palm, right hand. Press into the left toes. Maybe you gently lift the left knee from the mat. Lower back down. And we're extending the left arm out to the side, the right leg out to the side. And then back to center. Replant left hand and right knee. Send the hips towards the heels. Child's pose. Inhale up to tabletop. Tuck onto the toes. Press the hips up and back. Downward facing. Inhale, come up onto the toes. Bend into the knees. Send the hips towards the heels and the heart towards the thighs. You can hop, step, or handstand your way to the top of the mat. Landing in our forward fold. Inhale, half lift, hands to shins. Exhale, forward fold, curling in, root your eyes. Palms and gaze meet. Exhale, send the hips down and back. Opening the heart, flexing through the glutes, engaging the core, chair pose. Exhale, dive the heart forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold, plant the hands, hop back, landing in chaturanga. Inhale the heart up and through. Exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing. That sequence again, but we're adding on once again. Inhaling the right toes up. Exhale, upper body shifts forward, right knee, right elbow. Right knee, left elbow. Right knee, right elbow. Send the right toes up. Exhale, upper body shifts forward, right knee to nose. Turning to the inside of the left foot. Left fingertips come up. We're going to slowly start to bend into the left knee as right leg crosses over. Sending the hips towards the heels. Left fingertips are reaching towards the top of our mat. Inhale to unravel, replanting the left hand, bringing right knee to nose. Send the right toes up. Bend into the right knee. Draw a big circle. We're dropping the right toes off behind us, lowering the hips, and then opening up into our wild thing. Slowly draw the right knee into the chest, and then deliver it, planting it to the mat. Right fingertips are extended long. Lift the left toes. Maybe lift the right knee from the mat. Lowering the right knee back down. Reaching towards the side with our left foot and our right fingertips. Inhaling back to center. Plant the right hand and left knee. Send the hips back. Child's pose. Inhale to tabletop. Tuck onto the toes. Press the hips up and back. Downward facing. From here, we're going to ripple forward, starting from the tailbone into our plank pose. We're going to extend the right arm long in front of us. On your exhale, we're reaching the right hand towards the left ankle as the hips go up. Twist. Inhaling back, right arm is reaching long in our three-legged plank. We're going to replant the right hand. Exhale, halfway lower chaturanga. Inhale the heart up and through. Exhale, roll over the toes and the hips up and back. Downward facing. We'll do that same sequence on the left side. When you are ready, left toes lift. Exhale, upper body shifting forward, left knee, left elbow. Shift, left knee, right elbow. Left knee, left elbow. Left toes go up. Exhale, left knee to nose. Turning to the inside of the right foot. Right fingertips go up. Exhale, crossing left leg over the right, bending into the right knee, sending the hips towards the heels. Inhale to unravel, replanting the right hand, bringing the left knee to nose. Send left toes up. Bend the left knee. We're drawing a big circle. Drop the left toes off behind you, lowering the hips, and opening up into our wild thing. Slowly draw the left knee up and into the chest, and then gently deliver it to the mat. The fingertips are reaching long, lifting the right toes from the mat, and maybe you lift the left knee. And lower, extending the left arm long off the side of our mat and the right leg long off the right side. Inhaling back to center. We're gonna replant left hand, right knee, send the hips towards the heels. Inhale up to tabletop, tuck onto the toes and the hips up and back. Downward facing. Starting from the tailbone, we're gonna ripple forward into our plank pose. This time we're coming up onto the left fingertips and then we're extending the left arm long. So we're in this funky plank shape. Exhale, send the hips up and back. Left hand is reaching for the right ankle. And on your exhale, we're twisting the torso. Inhaling back, extending the left fingertips long. Replant the left hand. Exhale, halfway lower, chaturanga. Inhale the heart up and through. Exhale, roll over the toes and the hips up and back. Downward facing. Inhale, come up onto the toes, bend into the knees. Step, hopper, handstand. To the top, forward fold. Hands to shins, half lift. Exhale, forward fold, curling in and rolling up. Root to rise. Palms and gaze meet. Reach up and out of the waist. Exhale, send the hips down and back. Chair pose. Exhale, dive the heart forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, hop back. Chaturanga. Inhale the heart up and through. Exhale, downward facing. That sequence one more time on each side. Once again, adding on. Inhale the right toes up. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Right knee, left elbow. Right knee, right elbow. Send the right toes up. Exhale, right knee to nose. Turning to the inside of the left foot, left fingertips come up. Bend into the left knee as your right leg crosses over, sending the hips towards the heels, reaching left fingertips towards the top of our mat. Inhale to unravel, replanting left hand, bringing right knee to nose, send the right toes up. Bend into the right knee, draw a big circle, drop the right toes off the mat behind us, lower the hips and then open up. Wild thing. Draw the right knee up and into the chest, and then gently deliver it to the mat. Right fingertips are reaching forward. Lift the left toes. Maybe you lift the right knee, Lowering if you have it lifted. And then we're extending to the sides with our right arm and left leg. Inhale back to center. Replant right hand, left knee. Send the hips towards the heels. Child's pose. Inhale, tabletop. Tuck onto the toes, press the hips up and back. Downward facing. Starting from the tailbone, ripple forward into our plank pose. Coming up onto the right fingertips and then extending the right fingertips long. Exhale, send the hips up and back. Right hand reaches for the left ankle. Exhale, twist. Inhaling back to center. Here we're adding on, maybe lift the left toes from the mat. Then maybe bring the right elbow and the right knee, or the left knee, to meet. And we're extending back out long. Replant right hand, left foot. Exhale, halfway lower. Inhale the heart up. Exhale, downward facing. All right, last time for that sequence. Last side. Left toes lift. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Left knee, right elbow. Left knee, left elbow. Send left toes up. Exhale, left knee to nose. Turning to the inside of the right foot. Right fingertips come up. Slowly bend into the right knee, crossing left leg over. Sending the hips towards the heels. Right fingertips are reaching. Inhale to unravel, replanting the right hand. Left knee to nose. Then left toes up. Bend into the left knee. Draw a big circle. Dropping left toes off behind us. Lowering the hips and then opening up to our wild thing. Slowly drawing left knee up, gently delivering it to the mat. Left fingertips are reaching. Maybe lift the right toes. Maybe you lift the left knee. Lowering, and then extending left arm and right leg out. Inhaling back to center. Replant left hand, right knee, send the hips towards the heels, child's pose. Inhale up, tabletop. Tuck onto the toes and the hips up and back. Downward facing. Ripple forward into our plank pose. Come up onto the left fingertips. Extend the left arm out long. Exhale, send the hips up and back as the left hand reaches for the right ankle. Exhale, twist. Inhaling back to center, left arm is extended out long. Maybe lift the right toes from the mat. Maybe you bring the right knee and the left elbow to meet. Extending back out long. Replant left hand, right toes. Exhale, halfway lower. Inhale the heart up and through. Exhale, roll over the toes. Downward facing. Let's have one full cycle of breath here together, in through the nose. And exhale, letting it go through the mouth. On your next inhale, we're coming up onto the toes. Bend into the knees and the hips towards the heels and the heart towards the thighs. Step, hop, handstand your way to the top. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Palms and gaze meet. Exhale, send the hips down and back. Chair pose. Engaging the core. Drawing the thumbs into the space behind us. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Hop back, landing in chaturanga. Inhale the heart up and through. Exhale, downward facing. And here we're starting our cool down sequence. Inhale the right toes up. Exhale, right knee to nose. We're stepping the foot through the hands. Open up the heart towards the top of our mat and find a gentle bounce. Opening up at the front of the left hip. From here, we're pressing into the right foot, the right toes. Hands are coming to heart center, left toes lift in our standing split. Slowly start to bend into the right knee as you lower the left leg behind it all the way to the mat in this cross-legged position. The arms are up, palms facing. Exhale, left elbow to right knee, and we're twisting. Gaze is over the right shoulder. Inhaling back to center. Arms are up. Pressing back into the right foot, bringing the left knee to chest. From here, we're Slowly bending into the right knee, crossing left leg over right. Left arm comes under the right in our eagle's pose. Hips, knees, and toes are all squared to the top of the mat. Our back is flat as if it's pressed up against a wall behind us. Core is engaged. Inhale to unravel in our mountain. Arms come up, reach up and out of the waist. Exhale, send the hips down and back. Chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands. This time I want you to play with kicking up into a handstand. So right toes are going up. We're kicking off. Maybe you catch the balance for a second. Maybe not. This is meant to be playful. The next place that we meet is in our downward facing. Now that cool down sequence on the left side. Inhale the left toes up. Exhale, left knee to nose. Step the foot through the hands. We're gonna find a gentle bounce here, opening up the right hip, opening up the heart towards the top of our mat. From here, we're pressing into the left foot. Hands come to heart center as the right toes lift in our standing split. Slowly start to bend into the left knee as you lower the right behind it all the way to the mat. Arms are up. Right elbow finds the left knee. On your exhale, we're twisting the torso. Gaze is over the left shoulder. Inhale to unravel. We're pressing into the left foot as we come to standing. Right knee comes to chest. Arms are up. We're going into our eagle's pose. Right leg crosses over left. Right arm comes under left. Hips, knees, toes, shoulders are all squared to the top of our mat. And our back is flat. Inhale to unravel into mountain pose. Arms come up, reaching up and out of the waist. Exhale, dive the heart forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands. This time we're playing with a kick to handstand. Body weight shifts into the palms and the fingertips. Then you gently kick off. Maybe you catch the balance for a second. Maybe not. Either way is fine. And then it's your vinyasa, and we'll meet in our downward facing. All right, let's have one full cycle of breath here together in through the nose. And exhale, letting it go through the mouth. On your next inhale, we're lowering the knees to the mat. We're gonna cross over the ankles. Extend the legs out long in front of us. Palms meet overhead, reaching up and out of the waist. Create space. Exhale, dive the heart forward. In our seated forward fold, letting our bodies know that we are cooling down, slowing down here. A few cycles of breath here on our own. Just inhale, reaching long through the fingertips. We're going to slowly lower all the way to our backs, using the strength of our core. We're going to draw the knees up and into the chest. We're going to have one last little pop of heat here for our cores. We're going to place our shins to where they are parallel to the ground, taking the hands, placing them behind the head. From here, we're drawing, and maybe a slight movement that most people can't see, maybe even you can't see it, but we're really tucking and pressing our lower backs to the floor here, keeping it tucked and pressed to the floor. And then we're gonna lower the toes for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Draw the knees into the chest, lifting the shoulders and the head from the mat, clasping onto opposite elbows around the knees, and lowering the head and shoulders back down, getting a good compression squeeze in the knees and the hips. Maybe you find a gentle roll for the low back. We're going to extend the right leg long. Arms are coming out to a T or a cactus. Left knee is dropping off the right side in our supine twist. Inhale back to center. Extend the left leg long. Draw the right knee up and into the chest. We're crossing the right knee over the left side. Inhale back to center. Extend bottoms of both feet up towards the sky. We're grabbing onto the outer edge of both feet with the palms of the hands and then drawing the knees towards the earth in our happy baby pose. If there are any other postures that you'd like to add to your practice, now is a really good time to do so. We are heading for Shavasana. We're going to extend the legs out long, one at a time. Heels together, big toes out, arms are down by our sides, palms facing up. Shoulder blades slightly pulled together on the back body. Relaxing the muscles in the face and the jaw, the eyelids, forehead. Taking note of how we feel. We're gonna have one last full cycle of breath here together before we drop in, making it the longest inhale and longest exhale that we've taken all practice. Inhaling in through the nose. Holding at the top for a sec. And exhale through the mouth, letting it all go. As your body finds its natural rhythm of breath, go ahead and drop in. this is where I will leave you. I want to thank you so much for choosing to spend time here today. The light in me honors, acknowledges, and respects the light in each of you. Until next time, namaste.